Será partido, tercera fecha, última ventana, Grupo A, Basketball Champions League. Así que por favor, me ayudan a saludar el equipo de la visita. Saludamos al equipo Toros de Valle. Con el número 0, Luis Almanza. Con el número 3, Josimar Ayarza. Con el número 5, Jorge Salazar. Con el número 6, Soren de Luque. Con el número 7, Samuel Mujica. Con el número 8, Michael Jackson. Con el número 9, Alejandro Pinoza.
Good evening and welcome into Coliseo Ivan de Bedu in Medellin, Colombia for tonight's Basketball Champions League Americas Group A matchup between Toros del Valle of Cali, Colombia and Paisas Basketball Club of Medellin. Alongside Andrew Hunt, I'm Craig Theta, and we're so glad you can be with us tonight, wherever you're watching from, in the USA on FanDuel TV, in South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the world on the BCL Americas YouTube channel and Courtside 1891. Well, Andrew, it all comes down to this tonight for Group A. The winner of this game will advance to the quarterfinals next month. These two teams have split their first two games. Toros won on January 17th, 102-68, and then on January 31st, Paisas returned the favor with a 99-87 win. That was the first game in the tournament for Victor Liz with Paisas. He scored 34 points in the win, while Eric Griffin put up 11 in his debut, and Juan Rosario netted 13 and hauled in 11 rebounds in his first game with Paisas. Those three have really reversed the fortunes of this team, and they now stand a good chance to advance to the quarters, which was unthinkable after they lost their first two games last month.
Yeah, that's right. The turnaround by Paisas has been one of the most exciting things so far in this tournament, Craig. The novelty of the new additions seem to have kind of worn off a bit in their last matchup with Esteli, so they need one more big hit from this team to get over the line and into the quarters.
Toros, meanwhile, lost a gut-wrencher last night to Real Esteli. They had a chance to tie it at 83 when a Christian Pizarro layup somehow did not fall through, and they ended up falling 85-81. That would have left Toros with a chance to win the group here tonight. Instead, they're fighting for their BCLA lives. Look for Benito Santiago Jr. to bounce back tonight. He had a dismal night shooting the ball against Esteli, going 1 for 8 overall and 0 for 6 from three-point range.
That's correct. He's had a good tournament so far, maybe not including yesterday evening. And he and Toros don't want the end of their tournament to be tonight. This looks to be an exciting contest here tonight, Craig.
Last game of the night, last game for Group A. Tomorrow we return to Group C as Minas take on Quimsa at 7:10 local time, 5:10 Eastern in the U.S. from Belo Horizonte in Brazil. As we look at the starting lineup for Toros del Valle. I did not see the last starter. I assume it was Christian Pizarro, along with Benito Santiago, Michael Jackson, Soren Deluque, and Josimar Ayarza. Same starting five for Raul Pabon. Raul Pabon assisted by Luis Lopera and Ricardo Pinzon. Our officials tonight, by the way, Roberto Vasquez of Puerto Rico, Leo Salazar of Argentina, and Carlos Velez of Colombia. As we await to hear see the starting lineup for Paisas and their head coach, Daniel Seoane, playing on their home floor. This can really be a rocking environment. Here we see Eric Crawford, Eric Griffin, Victor Liz, Eloy Vargas, and Glenn Cosi. Same starting five as the other night against Real Esteli. Daniel Seoane assisted by Tomas Diaz and Ivan Garcia. One game in the books already tonight, as you saw just a little while ago. Franca took down Instituto 83-68. Outcome of that game did not matter, as Franca had already clinched the group and Instituto had punched their ticket as the number 2 seed. Andrew hopped on his virtual private jet. I said, Andrew, there you go. And got here from Franca in plenty of time to catch this game with me here. Certainly glad he did that. Had a great time with Leo Margot last night. And Andrew and Carlin Gay, a great job on the first game tonight between Franca and Instituto. There you get a look at Raul Pabon. And we are just a couple of moments away from tip-off. Neither of these teams played in BCLA last year. Both rivals in the BNC Colombian League. two cities of Cali and Medellin, separated by about 440 kilometers. Not sure if we've got a lot of Paisas, or rather Toros fans here tonight. But we certainly will have lots of Paisas fans as they are on their home floor. Looking forward to getting back into some of the other groups. It seems like forever, Andrew, since we've seen teams like Minas and Quimsa, Bigua. We haven't seen Flamengo and Boca Juniors in what seems like months. So we are underway as Toros win the tip, and Pizarro gets the offense set up. Griffin tried for the dunk. Now the step back by Jackson. Splash! Michael Jackson gets Toros off to the fast start with a three-pointer from the corner. Jackson, at 37 years old, averaging 14.8 points and 6.6 rebounds per game. There are some older fellas in this tournament that are really lighting it up. Michael Jackson, Victor Liz, Josimar Ayarza for Toros at 37 years old. Eric Griffin for Paisas, 34. And now the Euro and the foul as Eric Griffin runs into Soren DeLuque and hits the deck.
We had a couple in my last game there too. David Jackson and Hetchemeyer. They're 38 both, I think. Wasn't 38?
I believe you're right. So the foul was on Soren DeLuque. He was in foul trouble last night. And he picked up his first one here early. So Griffin to the free throw line. He's 9 of 11 from the stripe in this event. Paisas in those sharp black uniforms with the gold numbers. Toros in their whites with the teal numbers and letters inside trim. And Paisas with their first point of the game by way of the free throw line. Pizarro out near mid-court, directing traffic around the screen by DeLuque. Could not rub off Cozy. Now three on the way from Santiago that missed. That's at least 7 in a row now that he's missed, because he missed all 6 attempts last night. Cozy misses the three-pointer. Big rebound by Vargas. Vargas can't get it to go. Griffin pulls it down. It's poked out of bounds, and it'll be Toros ball. Jackson gives it up to DeLuque. Now the bounce pass to Santiago. He goes reverse and lays it in. There's 2 points for Benito Santiago. If he can't get him from outside, he'll take him from inside. 7-1 now in favor of Toros. Pizarro to DeLuque. DeLuque's got a mismatch, and he just bulls Cozy right out of the way. Cozy picked up DeLuque on the switch. There was no way Glenn Cozy was going to keep DeLuque from getting to the rack.
He said,
and it is 9-1. It's an 8-point lead, and Daniel Seoane wants timeout. First of the game, 7:24 to play. Paisas leading 9-1. And we are back in just a moment from Coliseo Iván de Beidou in Medellin.
You should say a prayer, ain't nobody praying for you. Cause if I want it, then it's mine, that's what I'm saying to you. If it ain't hard, you better leave. You try and cross me, then you dead to me. Cause I'm in the business of making enemies. And there's a good chance that you may never leave. You feeling comfortable, you should never be. Cause I'm bringing pain if we should ever meet. Tonight, you should really find a lifeline. Outlaws come alive in the nighttime.
Nuestras redes sociales, X, Facebook e Instagram, como @PSL.
Fast start for Toros. They lead 9-1. The only point for Paisas on a free throw by Eric Griffin. They are 0 for 4 from the field. Toros 4 of 6. And we've seen this from Paisas before. They get off to a slow start. I don't think Victor Luis has even touched the ball on offense yet.
Yeah, he really needs to get
Yeah,
involved
he's
right
0 for
away.
2, so yeah, he's 0 for 2, so ooh, the jump hook missed by Vargas, and then a foul on the putback. And was that bump on DeLuque? It was, and that's the second foul already on Soren DeLuque. He's got 4 points already for Toros, and they can't afford to lose him for very long. But he's going to stay in the game for now. He's just such a big body, and he's so active, he can't help but bump into people. I don't want to use the phrase bull in a china shop, but I mean, because he's graceful, he's got great feet, and he's quick. But he's just so big, that body just draws contact. That time he stays out of the way. Lets Kosi get to the rack. His shot missed. DeLuque pulls the rebound down, and the foul called. As we see the nice pass from DeLuque to the cutter. DeLuque, a big factor in this game so far, as we see already. Foul, by the way, was on Eloy Vargas. And that was his first. Oh, nicely done. Luis Almanza put on the brakes, and the defender flew right by. Beg your pardon, that was Ayarza, not Almanza.
Yeah, call that the delayed Euro there.
Yeah. Glad to see we've got the drum line here tonight. Keep my foot tapping the entire game. And that foul called on Michael Jackson. So Victor Luis will go to the free throw line. Luis, an 88% free throw shooter in his 3 games. Blanks the first. And I'm not sure if that was a perfectly timed sound effect.
I heard some rim
Or if he
noise
actually
earlier
blanked.
on a shot.
Oh, I think that was a somebody hitting a cowbell really hard. Just clanked it really hard. That 3 circles out. Rebound pulled down by Vargas. Outside to Lis. He launches the three. Nope. Santiago the rebound. Benito takes it the whole way himself, lays it in with the right hand. Coast to coast for Benito Santiago Jr. And I like what he's doing. He did this in the game last night when he wasn't shooting the ball well. Started to play inside more. He passed up some open shots from outside to give teammates better looks in close. And then when he got an opportunity, he tried to shoot himself out of it, but he's not forcing anything. So the reach-in foul on Michael Wright, and that should be his second. Beg your pardon, Michael Jackson. He's back in the scorebook, or rather the roster, as Wright. Back outside, open for three. No. And now Griffin gives it up underneath. Bodies all over the place. It's a drowning pool song. No whistles anyway. And Eric Crawford. Tallies two. Let's see if Paisas can make a little run here. Kosi now. Oh, stolen away. Quick hands by Josimar Ayarza. Just kind of reached in there and booped that out of there. Again, the active hands-on defense for Toros. Tony Trocha. Shot clock at 5. Here comes Crawford. Pulls up from just inside the left elbow and hits that. And the lead down
Crawford
to 5.
He was really feeling it last time we saw him, so he's going to try to pick up from that performance.
So now Juan Rosario into the game for Paisas. DeLuque sits down with those 2 fouls. Did a nice job not getting into further trouble, playing about 2.5 more minutes after picking up that second foul. Into the game also for Toros is Alejandro Minota. So on for Toros, it's Almanza, Minota, Trocha, Santiago, and Pizarro. Pizarro turns it over to Rosario, and he's grabbed by Trocha. And immediately Seoane signaling that he wanted the unsportsmanlike, and did not see if that was the initial call. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think that was unsportsmanlike. They had a... I mean, he obviously bumped him, but there was a defender behind the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So just a common foul. On for Paisas, by the way. Crawford, Rosario, Griffin, Lis, and Kosi.
It's the assistant coach there when the head coach comes over with his hands out saying, well, what's going on here? Does the assistant coach ever say, Coach, you're wrong? Does he always agree? I feel like he's always, you're right, Coach, it's terrible. That's a bad call. Can't believe it.
Well, I think in the heat of the moment, your team does everything right, and the other team and the officials do everything wrong. So
Mm-hmm.
Even if you're wrong, you're right. Oh, beautiful underneath move and the reverse for Luis Almanza. You know, if the other team fouls your guy hard, oh, I want an unsportsmanlike. If your guy fouls the other team hard, come on, let him play. Cozy to his left and a foul away from the ball, I think.
Well, you didn't call that an unsportsmanlike on them.
Oh, yeah, so that was a foul on Almanza. I was watching action away from the ball where a couple of players were fighting for position. Free throw by Cozy is up and good. He's 9 of 9 in this event now. Santiago now, right side. Santiago's got it back, drives, high off the glass, and it does not fall in. The rebound, though, by Almanza. The shot by Pizarro that would have tied it at 83 last night didn't hang on the rim that long. But it definitely looked like it was going to roll in, no question.
Yeah, that's right.
And somehow, inexplicably.
What could have been?
Yeah. Yeah, Toros could have been.
Well, Esteli, by beating Paisas the other night, they guaranteed that they were in, correct?
Pretty much, yeah.
So if Toros would have beat Esteli, they would have guaranteed they were in last night, and they have a chance to do good again tonight then.
To win. If they had beaten Esteli last night, they would have been playing to win the group tonight.
Mm. But based on the points that I'm looking at here, point difference doesn't matter. It's whoever wins tonight gets it, correct?
Yes, okay. Because the winner of this game
will
have 9 points. Yeah.
And
so
the
the point
will
differential doesn't come into play. Yes.
Yep. Now I'm all clear on the big picture.
Yes. Almanza well short on that. At least up ahead to Llerena. At least gets it back in a foul called. That's going to be on Samuel Mojica. They could have even gotten Minota on the initial bump. But instead it was Mojica. So Lease to the free throw line. He's got 2. Toros de Valle have not shot a free throw in this game. Paisas just took their 14th. And we are tied at 15.
We saw a similar discrepancy with a previous game between, I believe it was Paisas and Esteli. as their second contest. The first contest where Victor Lease played, because he drew about he got about 7 free throws to start the game, basically.
Well, and we saw a couple of games where there was a big discrepancy in free throws, but it was for the visiting team.
Right.
So it's not like you could claim home cooking. None of these officials anyway are from either of the countries. Well, both teams are from Colombia. But in any of the games, none of the officials are from nations affiliated in either game, to avoid just such an appearance of favoritism. So Santiago hits the second free throw. He's got 4. Toros back on top by 1. Llerena, I think he had his shot blocked. And then it goes out off of Ayarza. And Andrew, when you do a tournament like this, or when you do a season in a league, even if you're not affiliated with a home team, you start to get an affinity for some teams. You like the way some teams play. You like some of the players they have. There's guys that you know, they rub you the wrong way. And as a broadcaster, as an announcer, you try never to show any favoritism. Even if there's a team that's playing that you really enjoy watching, and they're playing against a team that you don't particularly enjoy. In this case, I've really enjoyed watching both of these teams.
Right. Yeah, and I try to find, I have favorite guys on all the teams. If you tell me a team and I look over the roster, I say, oh, this guy, everybody's got at least one player. That's the fun thing, is some of the teams have multiple guys that have some kind of unique skill set, or, you know, score a lot.
Yeah, they've done something cool in a game.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell they just, you know, they may not be the greatest player on earth, but, you know, they're a hustle guy. They dive on the floor. They show some exuberance after doing something good, as Llerena gets called for the foul. That is his second, I believe. There's the drum line here at Coliseo Ivan de Beidou. This, I believe, may have been the last venue that I was at doing in-person broadcasts for FIBA prior to COVID. Oh, and a beautiful drive there by Ayarza. And Toros back on top by 2, 19-17. Crawford, right side. Bounce pass to Vargas. His shot falls in. Tied up at 19, inside a minute to play, first quarter. Quick move by Almanza. He drops it to Trocha, and Trocha scores. With 45.7 seconds to play. The foul on Eric Crawford. And my partner last night, Leo Margo, taught me some Spanish. He said, this is doble la falta. Double and the foul. 3-point play for Trocha.
That's the loose translation for "and one."
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Could say y uno. Lancosi, the pretty rainbow from 17. Both of these teams picking up the pace, scoring a little bit. Paisas dismal from the field, 3 of 13, but they're 13 of 16 from the free throw line. Teams combined for a 1 of 7 from 3-point range. A foul on Andres Carmona. Second free throw, no. Shot clock off. Game clock at 5. Here comes Kosi from way outside. Just missed. And we will go to the second quarter with Toros del Valle up by 2, 23-21. As we look at the numbers on this one so far for Paisas, 4 of 15 overall from the field, 26.7%. 0 of 4 from 3-point range, 13 of 16 from the free throw line. That is the only thing keeping them anywhere near this game right now. For Toros, as we look at the first quarter highlights, 9 of 19 overall, 47%, 1 of 4 from 3-point range. 4 of 7 from the free throw line. Paisas winning the rebounding battle, 13-10. And a 5-4 advantage on the offensive glass. 1 turnover for Paisas in that first quarter. Just 1 for Toros as well. Tony Trocha has 3 blocked shots in that first quarter for Toros. Individually for Paisas, Eric Crawford, 6 points. Juan Rosario with 3. Eric Griffin with 1. Victor Liz quiet so far. He's 0 for 4 from the field, but he's got 3 points. Eloy Vargas has 2 points and 3 rebounds, and Glenn Kosi has 6 points. He's 4 of 4 from the line. For Toros del Valle, Luis Almanza 3 points. Josimar Ayarza 5 points. Soren DeLuque 4 points after getting in early foul trouble. Michael Jackson 3 points. Tony Trocha 3. Benito Santiago played all 10 minutes of that first quarter. He had 5 points. 2 of 5 from the field, 0 for 1 from the arc. Christian Pizarro did not score. He had a good game last night in trying to keep Toros in the game and ahead of Real Estelí, but quiet so far tonight. Heading to the second quarter, Toros lead by 2, 23-21. Alongside Andrew Hunt, my name's Craig Feda. Thanks for being with us wherever you're tuned in from, around the Americas or around the world. In the USA on FanDuel TV, in South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the world on the BCL Americas YouTube channel, as well as courtside 1891 as Victor Liz gets the shot from in close. Ayarza. Here comes the help from Kosi. Puts it up over the defense. Tough shot by Ayarza.
Yeah, Ayarza's having himself a night. He scores normally, but I feel like he's been kind of a focal point so far here in the first quarter, in that first play of the second. So go for it.
Well, he's really the only one doing anything from the field for Toros. No, I beg your pardon. He's got 7 points now. He's 3 of 5. DeLuque is 2 of 2. But yeah, really, nobody's really standing out for Toros other than Ayarza. So Vargas to the free throw line now. It's the
We didn't get
first.
to mention DeLuque with that. I think it was one of the first plays of the game where he got a rebound, just went coast to coast, you know, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling down the court.
Second free throw in for Eloy Vargas, and we are tied back up at 25. Ayarza gives it up. Quick spin move and in. Tough shot by Almanza.
Had to put some extra arch on that to get it over Vargas.
Yes. Yes, he did. Luis around the screen by Vargas. Kosi for three. Short. Vargas commits the foul on Luis Almanza. And that'll be foul number 2 on Vargas. First free throw missed. Second one missed as well. Luis accelerates, and it's tipped in by Vargas. And did they count that? Or did they wave that off? They counted it. And we're tied at 27. Luis open for three. No. Vargas the rebound. Off the glass strong. No. Vargas fighting for it. It goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Toros ball. Is it just me, Andrew, or does it appear that Eloy Vargas has slimmed down during the course of this tournament? He looks much more lean.
I think that's just you. Really? I thought he was pretty lean for his size. You know, you look at that guy and you may say, hey, he looks lean. He still might be like 280. Like, that's a big frame. You can carry a lot of weight and still not look too big. But I mean, for his size, I think he's pretty athletic. I didn't think he was
absolutely
too big or anything before.
Well, I didn't think he was too big before. So we've got a coach's challenge on the possession here. And don't forget, the officials are seeing the same angle we are seeing. There's the putback by Vargas. Oof.
I figured it out, Craig. Well, I don't know if I figured this out.
Okay.
I want to watch this a little more, and then I'll tell you what I figured out.
Yeah. I can't tell whose arm I'm looking at. I think that went off of...
Well, name...
I think that went off of
got
Toros.
Here?
I think that went off of Trocha.
Okay.
That's Trocha between the two Paisas players, Vargas.
Jackson's definitely out of the play. You can tell it's not off of him. He doesn't touch it. Vargas definitely has a hand on it. Trocha, in this angle, we can possibly eliminate the other Paisas player. I'm trying to see number 10. Oh, that's Rosario. Okay.
Yeah, I think that went off of Trocha. I think Vargas had it right. I think that should be Paisas' ball.
I think this is going to be a good angle.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that went off of Trocha's right hand.
I 100%
That's a
agree.
great angle right there.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in that too.
That's a great production work there, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, nice job. Great job on those replays and the camera angle and everything. So the officials overturn it, and it is going to be Paisas' ball with 10 to shoot. Hold on to your thought, as we've only got 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Kosi takes it all the way himself. Count the bucket. And Kosi will go to the line to try to complete the three-point play. All right, so now your thought. What did you figure out?
Well, what I think I figured out is maybe the slimming.
What do you think you think?
Yes, the slimming effect of the black uniform with the vertical stripe here. That's okay. The optical illusion that shows you why Vargas may seem as if he'd slimmed down.
Black is supposed to be slimming, as are vertical stripes. So Daniel Seoane just a moment ago exhorting the crowd to make some noise. I think this three-point lead is the biggest of the game for Paisas. Kosi from 18 rattles out. Vargas fighting for the rebound, gets tied up by Jackson. No call. And now a foul on Lis before the shot. Yeah, this lead for Paisas of 3 points is their biggest of the game. Toros led by as many as 9. That was at 13-4 in the first quarter. DeLuque nearly lost it. Now he turns to face Vargas. DeLuque with the left hand puts up the wild shot over Vargas. Lis gets bumped, steps on the sideline, and no call. He gets bumped by Pizarro. He was looking for the foul after it took him off his path, stepped on the sideline before regaining the dribble, and was whistled for not establishing himself for coming into possession of the ball again. So Ayarza working on Rosario. Tough shot. Josimar Ayarza.
He's taking a page out of Santiago's playbook. This is the kind of night we were seeing from him in the last contest between, I don't remember, it was between Esli or Paisas here, but
Kosi straight through for 3. Lead now 4. 5.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. That was the first three-pointer for Paisas in this game. Now Lis, DeLuque daring him to shoot. Funny watching DeLuque guard Lease. DeLuque big enough that he looks like he could eat Victor Lease, but probably just as quick. Now some conversation among the officials. Again, our officials tonight: Roberto Vasquez of Puerto Rico, Leonardo Salazar of Argentina, and Carlos Velez of Colombia. Well, I guess we do have a Colombian officiating this game. But since both of the teams are Colombian, I guess you can't favor either one. Ayarza looking, finally getting it to Almanza, and a whistle.
Craig, it's like I've been told, everybody's a winner when you do your best. I won't say that to the losing team tonight. Don't know if they'll feel the same way that lesson is meant to teach the youngsters.
The team that loses this game will be bounced out of this tournament. Second free throw good, 34-31. Defender falls down. That leads to the easy bucket for Eric Crawford. And the lead is 5. Biggest lead of the game now for Paisas, 36-31, 4.5 minutes to play. We are back in a minute live from Medellin. (36-31). Toros del Valle still have led most of this game. They led for the entirety of the first quarter. Paisas have outscored Toros this quarter to the tune of 15-8. Four and a half minutes to play in this second quarter, last game of the night. Earlier on, Franca defeated Instituto 83-68. DeLuque fouled.
A lot of contact in there for me to feel like they're going to call this foul. Oh, he does come down. Never mind that.
He does, but Griffin was saying that DeLuque was leading with the shoulder, which we know DeLuque to do. And if I'm Griffin, maybe on an ensuing trip down the floor after the first bump, pull the chair on him and watch him fall over.
Yeah, that's one too. If you anticipate, he might be able to take the charge. It's always tough though if you're the taller defender and you try to take a charge and they don't call it, and now you're on your back on the floor.
Yeah.
Everybody looks at you like, what are you doing?
Toluca hits the second free throw, and it's 36-33.
I've had that happen both ways. I've drawn some charges that I thought was pretty crafty of me because they think I'm just going to try to block their shot. And then I've had times where I hit the deck. I still felt like I drew the charge, but that didn't get called. And
of course,
now all my strength of being tall is down to however tall I am laying on the ground.
Oh, the layup missed by Cosi. Now DeLuque, right side. Ayarza. Picked up by Crawford. Fades away along the baseline. No good. Offensive rebound. DeLuque thought about it. Not the most graceful shot right there, but he draws the foul. Euros into the lane. It was effective.
Looked somewhat similar to our delayed Euro earlier.
Yes.
I'm going to call that the old slow step. How you like that?
Okay.
That's been that kind of slowed down Euro where you exaggerate that last step. That's been kind of the move of recent times. Like, can you do that move?
We've seen a couple of guys use that move to great effect in this tournament. Paisas can't hang on to the rebound. Goes out of bounds, and Toros will get another possession. Now Leo Salazar steps between Toluca and Griffin, and those two really going at it again, and that's going to be on Griffin. And Toluca baited him into that foul.
Crafty veterans.
I was thinking the same thing. The old Beastie Boys song came to mind, She's Crafty. And I think Griffin got teed up because DeLuque is at the free throw line by himself. And he hits it. The hit from Eric Carmen. And it was Eric Griffin on the technical. No. And the free throw on the personal pops out for DeLuque. Had a chance to tie it there, but has one more coming. Oh, short on that one. (36-35). DeLuque had been 4-4 before those two misses. Rosario, his long two-pointer missed, and a foul on the rebound. Now Vargas comes over as Ayarza got bumped on the rebound. DeLuque helps up Lease. Almanza saying, I'm good, I'm good. And now the fans here in Medellin making some noise. DeLuque at midcourt clapping. Eric Crawford walks up to him. Fourth meeting between these two teams in the last 2 weeks. So now the officials will talk it over and see how to adjudicate this. Once again, Roberto Vasquez, Leonardo Salazar, and Carlos Velez are arbiters of this game. Still involved in in-depth discussions here.
You know, if they're anything like me at work, they may have gotten sidetracked at some point too. You know, you start talking about work-related stuff. Who was the foul?
Where are we going for dinner tonight?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I had the other night that you might want to try? Like, really? I heard they had good fish over there. Friday night walleye, or I don't know what the
Trying to remember
of, like a catfish dinner is in Colombia, but
trying to remember of any good restaurants we ate at in Medellin. I don't think we ate out a lot in Medellin, so we've got an unsportsmanlike on Luis Almanza. We've got an unsportsmanlike on Eloy Vargas for coming in afterwards. And we've got a technical foul on both Almanza and Vargas. So I don't know if we're going to be shooting all these. I assume they all offset, right? And I assume an unsportsmanlike. I assume an unsportsmanlike and a technical doesn't disqualify someone.
Well,
or maybe it does. So if he's ejected,
yeah, Vargas looks like he's on his way out of the...
Yeah. So the unsportsmanlike and the technical disqualifies both Vargas and Almanza. And I'm trying to think of who that's a bigger loss for. I think probably for Paisas. I mean, Vargas, not a huge scoring factor, but he's the #1 rebounder in this tournament at 12 rebounds per game. And he's the biggest player on the floor. Santiago for three. That falls in finally for Benito Santiago Jr. For a second, it looked like that was going to pop out, and I'm sure Santiago was thinking, what on earth do I have to do to hit an outside shot? But finally, one falls through. Good for him. Now Crawford takes it, lays it in with the left hand. Guy is hitting the deck all over the place, and we are tied at 38. Now Crawford from the corner. Splash! 5 straight points for Eric Crawford, and the fans here in Coliseo Ivan de Beidou are screaming in joy as Paisas back on top by 3. 2:09 to play in this second quarter. Timeout on the floor. Daniel Seoane gets Raul Pabon to pause the action. And we are back in a moment, live from Medellin. Well, hopefully cooler heads have prevailed now, and the teams will get back to basketball. The only other two that we really need to worry about are DeLuque and Griffin. They've been going at it, as Benito Santiago Jr. draws the foul. And you know these guys all know each other. They've all played against each other so much. The BCLA teams in general, they've got a lot of veteran players who have played all over the continent. And so they've run into each other quite a bit over the years. National team, junior national team as well. And then here you've got two teams from the Colombian League, as Victor Luis gets his first three-pointer. He's 1 of 5 now. Paisas won off their biggest lead. Jackson spinning, kicking it out, and a shot clock violation. And another timeout called with 1:19 to play. And we will be back in just one moment, live from Coliseo Ivan de Beidou. Paisas by 4. Just over a minute to play in this second quarter. You get a look at the leaders for Paisas. Eric Crawford leading the way with 14 points. Victor Litz now with 10. Glenn Cosi with 12. Just one player in doubles for Toros de Valle. Benito Santiago Jr. with 10. Josimar Ayarza has 8. If you're just joining us, Eloy Vargas and Luis Almanza both disqualified from the game a few moments ago. Rosario hits the jumper from the right side, and that's the biggest lead of the game for Paisas, 46-40. Play had been getting a little chippy. Santiago's shot gets blocked. And Crawford scores the bucket, draws the foul. And will go to the line.
He's having a rough tournament, and then the last 2 games he had really come on, and he's continuing that here. You could tell just from his body language that he knew he was better than what he was playing. So I'm happy to see that he's, performing at a level that he can be happy with and potentially helps his team win tonight.
Missed the free throw. He scored 13 points in the first game against Toros, but only 2 in the second. And do we have another technical foul called? Guessing that was on DeLuque. No, Benito Santiago Jr. So the free throw makes it 49-40. And another whistle and another tee. Yeah, the officials, I think, are trying to get control of this game. They've had it with the... So that one was on Raul Pabon after the tee on Benito Santiago Jr. So we had the little scrap a few minutes ago between Ayarza and I can't remember who on Paisas, but then Vargas came in. They were both given unsportsmanlike fouls and technical fouls and were disqualified. Now DeLuque goes down hard.
Well, and to me, what kind of got this started was DeLuque and
Griffin.
Was that Miller? Griffin. There we go.
No, that was Griffin.
They had a little bit of a, I don't know, tussle, and they just seemed to kind of escalate. Right. Yeah, they didn't really come to blows or anything. It was on the, it was a foul within the game, but just kind of going back and forth.
Yeah, Griffin's beef was more with the officials than it was with DeLuque. And they were kind of, trying to get under each other's skin. Guys do that. And, they weren't taking it personal or anything. But then at the other end of the floor, and I can't remember who Almanza ran into and got tangled up with. Almanza took immediate offense and became aggressive, and then that's when Vargas came in. Oh, and a steal under the bucket by Rosario. And now the biggest lead of the game for Paisas at 10. Then on the ensuing possession, Santiago was rung up. I didn't see what he did. We know he can be fiery and a little bit demonstrative. I think the technical that he got in this game was his 3rd of the tournament. And then immediately after that, Raul Pabon got stuck. And I think the officials are really just saying, okay, that's enough. Let's get back to basketball. Free throw falls in for Michael Jackson. Foul, by the way, it was on Eric Crawford. And that was his second. Eric Griffin, by the way, 4 fouls now from Paisas.
Ooh.
Crawford circles it around, out to Lease, dribbles it off his foot. Diving onto the floor to get it is Jackson. Toros won't get a shot off, but then again, neither did Paisas. And we go to halftime with Paisas on top by 8, 52-44. After a second quarter with lots of fireworks.
Tercera fecha, última ventana de la Basketball Champions League Grupo A. Así que tenemos aquí dos muchachos, los dinosaurios.
Paisas outscored Toros del Valle 31-21 in that second quarter. And they did it without Victor Lease going crazy. Let's look at the numbers. For Paisas, 15 of 34 overall for 44%, 3 of 11 from three-point range, 27%. 19 of 24 from the free throw line for 79%. Remember, we talked about the huge free throw discrepancy. We'll get to that in a moment. Toros, by the way, 13 of 28 overall for 46%, 2 of 7 from three-point range for 28%. Toros, 16 of 24 from the free throw line now. So free throws at halftime now, dead even. Rebounding advantage to Paisas, 24-16, including 9-5 on the offensive glass. 4 turnovers for Paisas, 4 for Toros. Individually for Paisas, Eric Crawford, a nice first half, 16 points, 4 rebounds. Juan Rosario, 7.6 boards. Eric Griffin, 1 point, 2 rebounds. He's got those 4 fouls. Victor Lease, 12 points on 3 of 9 shooting. Eloy Vargas, 4 points, 6 rebounds before getting ejected. Glenn Cosi rounds out the scoring for Paisas. He's got a dozen, along with 3 assists. For Toros, Luis Almanza, 7 points, 3 rebounds before exiting the game. Josimar Ayarza, 9 points, 3 boards. Soren DeLuque, 10 points, 3 rebounds. Michael Jackson, 5 points. Tony Trocha, just 3. He's had a quiet night. Benito Santiago in double figures with 10. Christian Pizarro, after a nice game last night, has not scored. He's only taken 2 shots. So all those numbers add up to a 52-44 lead for Paisas at halftime. Winner of this one advances to the quarterfinals. One game already in the books tonight. It was Franca over Instituto, 83-68. We are back with second half action live from Coliseo Iván de Bedú in Medellin in just a few moments. Welcome back to Coliseo Iván de Bedú in Medellin, Colombia. Final game of group play for Group A. The winner of this game will advance to the quarterfinals. Right now, Paisas, the home team, lead Toros del Valle by the score of 52-44. You see head coach Daniel Seoane. Former head coach of the Venezuelan national team, and his counterpart, Raul Pabon. Alongside Andrew Hunt, my name is Craig Fada. Thanks for joining us tonight, wherever you're tuned in from. In the USA on FanDuel TV, in South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of the world on the BCL Americas YouTube channel, and Courtside 1891. Had some fireworks in the first half, as Soren DeLuque muscles another one up. We had two players ejected following unsportsmanlike and technical fouls on both. Luis Almanza of Toros del Valle and Eloy Vargas of Paisas. Both showing the door. Three-pointer up and missed by Rosario, but the offensive rebound by Crawford. Another three, this one by Lees, and that is straight through. And this spells trouble for Toros if Victor Lees starts to heat up. He had a quiet first half, relatively. He's got 15 now. Victor Lees, the tournament's leading scorer at 29.3 per game. He had a pair of 34-point efforts. First against Toros, and then against Real Estelí. Now Kosi for three. That is good! Lead is back to 10. Jackson missed. Lees has it. DeLuque tried to foul him, I think. Now Kosi open for three. Just missed. Kosi gets the rebound back, and a whistle. Santiago better be careful. He was teed up in the first half. And the foul on Christian Arboleda. That's his third. DeLuque, by the way, has two fouls. I thought he had three, but a three-pointer there by Michael Jackson, and he's got 8. Try to get it inside. Santiago had it, lost it, and Crawford finishes. I think that would have been a charge had the defender not been inside that restricted area.
Yeah, it did seem to be set, but yeah, it can't be inside the circle. Oh.
And was that Christian Pizarro? Yes, it was. They could really start to use some production out of him. That's his first three-pointer of the game. He's got 5. And now Rosario at the other end. The miss forced, but there for the putback is Victor Liz, and he's got 17 now. Lead is back to 8. Pizarro, this is what he did last night. Jackson wanted to take the 3, but the pass just a little slow getting there, so he was forced to drive. Ran into the teeth of that defense and didn't get a great shot up. Lee, spin move into the lane, hanging. Won't go, but therefore the putback, Christian Arboleda. And it's back to 10, 64-54, and Raul Pavon wants timeout. You see Arboleda blowing a kiss. And Pavon now having a discussion with the official. Under 6.5 minutes to play in this third quarter. Paisas by 10. (64-54) in favor of Paisas, leading Toros del Valle. Paisas playing on their home floor in this window. Last week, we were on the home floor of Toros in Cali, Colombia. We have been in Medellin since Monday. Beg your pardon, since Wednesday. Pizarro now, trailed by Kosi. Kosi couldn't stay with him. Now a 3 from Ayarza, and that is good. And a technical foul, another one. This one on Daniel Seoane. So both coaches have been rung up. So Michael Jackson will go to the free throw line. Yeah. This is like 80s NBA.
I think I can safely say, even before the half, that what I said in the intro, that this game looked to be pretty exciting.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So there's been at least 5 technical fouls in this game that I can count. 2 unsportsmanlikes that I remember. Can't remember if there's been any more. Now DeLuque with the steal. 3-on-2 up ahead to Jackson. The layup is good.
Yeah, we had Santiago and this coach, both players that got ejected, and then now the opposing coach that we just had.
And then Vargas and Almanza were given the unsportsmanlike. Now Rosario for 3, missed. Paisas has had their lead cut to 4. Here comes Liz back up the other way. Now Crawford. And an over and back violation. I guess, did he not establish himself in the front court before catching that pass? Let's see if we can see it here. Oh, man. He looked like he was standing flat-footed on that Paisas logo when he caught that ball.
Right before he caught, his right foot had been further back, but you couldn't see if it was on the line.
Yeah, no, I'm not disputing that. I thought when he caught it, though, the right foot was established in the front court once again.
Yeah.
So they get DeLuque for that foul, and that should be his third. And it is.
Good on DeLuque. The 2 fouls in the first quarter, and now just getting his third here in the third quarter.
Another three-pointer for Glenn Kosey. He's got 16 points now. Already 2 above his average. He's 3 for 7 from the arc tonight, right at his 42.9% rate for this tournament. Crawford spins it up off the glass. No. Rosario tipped it off the backboard. And now DeLuque back the other way. And Pizarro outside. 3 on the way. No from Ayarza. Now he puts it up. Ayarza hits from long range.
I think Ayarza is about the only reason they're still in this game at the moment.
Kosey. You can tell that was offline. That was from way outside on the left wing over DeLuque. 3.5 minutes to play third quarter. Pizarro getting the offense set up. You and I have both seen a lot of basketball in our lives, partner. I don't know who's seen more. Probably you. Now Santiago for 3. That missed. Boy, that looked like it was going through. And I have no idea what direction this game is going to go. Sometimes you get a feeling.
Right.
I have no idea how this one's going to play out. It seems like both teams, they make a run and they look like, okay, they're going to take control, and then something happens and control goes back the other way.
Yeah, I give the edge. I'm with you. I'm not super confident in this, but I think Paisas right now just seems to be more consistent and finding ways to get baskets. You know, Almanza being out of the game too. Keep in mind, the player that was ejected for the other team here. Go back here. Vargas. There we go. He didn't play the first night that Lease was joining the team, and Rosario and Eric Griffin, and they won that game. You recall? So on the other side, Almanza is a real spark plug for Toros. So you're also on Paisas' home floor. So that's how I'm going to give them the slight edge of, you know, who I think can come away with this. They've seemed to withstand most of the runs made by Toros, but Toros is keeping it close, so they're staying in it.
I think Paisas just have too much firepower. Between Lees,
you see
Crawford and Kosey and Griffin. You know, Griffin at 6'8", he's long. He can score in close. He can shoot. You got Rosario at 6'10". He can shoot as well. And then on Toros, you've got Pizarro, but he's only 5'11". He's not going to really take over a game. You got Benito Santiago, who can, but he has not been shooting the ball well. He's 3 of 8. Overall, 1 of 3 from the arc. So really the only player I think for Toros who can take over a game perhaps is Michael Jackson. And he's 37 years old. Not to say that he's, not playing well. He's got 11 points in this one, but, can DeLuque carry you? I don't know. Cosimar Ayarza? Maybe. I think Paisas just have too many weapons offensively. But we shall see. That is why they play the games, as they say. Oh, a behind-the-back pass. Trocha misses the dunk. Oh, a 5-point swing. The missed dunk followed by the tray by Glenn Cosi.
Ooh.
My goodness.
Now that turn of events right there is something that could really break your spirit if you're Toros. Man, DeLuque is just laying people out when he goes to the basket or boxes out for a rebound on defense or offense. He'll get his position and just puts people on the floor.
It's like a firefly bouncing off your windshield in the middle of summer.
You're right. He reminds me of a cannonball. Like he just...
Missed the free throw. The fans here in Medellin starting to make some noise. Maybe they can perhaps start to sense a little bit of distance, that Paisas may be just starting to take the advantage away. As DeLuque hits the second free throw to get the lead back down to 6. 1:50 to play, third quarter. Again, if you're just joining us, winner of this game advances to the quarterfinals. Cosi step back from the right elbow, and that is good. Cosi nursed that over the front end of the rim, and he's got 21. Now Santiago for 3 draws the foul. And Santiago says, if I can't shoot a three-pointer, I'll get all 3 from the free throw line if I have to. Santiago, a 73.7% free throw shooter coming into this one. He's 3 of 4 tonight. And there's some question about Santiago kicking that leg out when he shoots to draw the foul, but we've seen him shoot enough that that's his shooting style. He doesn't kick the leg out intentionally to try to draw a foul. His lower body, his feet just drift out in front of him. It's almost as like he's shooting a fadeaway even when he's not. And he misses the second attempt.
He has a similar kind of kick out. If you watch him shoot.
Santiago misses 2 of 3. That poor man. He cares so much. He plays so hard. And the shot's just not falling for him the last couple of nights. Lease kicking it out. Cosi from way outside. Missed. Santiago got that rebound, and he's fouled trying to make the outlet pass. That's going to be on Juan Rosario. Ooh. I didn't see him throw that elbow there.
That's what I owed about, was right there.
Yeah, and I gathered that once I saw the replay. He's Andrew Hunt, by the way. My name's Craig Fada. Hope you're enjoying this one. A lot at stake. A berth in the quarterfinals for the 2024-25 BCL Americas tournament. Welcome in on FanDuel TV in the USA and South America on DirecTV, and around the rest of this great big world of ours on the BCL Americas YouTube channel. And courtside 1891. Santiago hits that free throw. Second one straight through as well. 73-68 now. It's down to 5. Least missed, and he looks to the official for help. Pizarro tried to feed it to DeLuque. Didn't really get a clean handle on it. Now Santiago the drive. That won't fall in. Santiago comes out of there holding his face. Now Jackson on the drive. Kicks it out. 3 on the way. Short. DeLuque back tap on the rebound, but it goes out of bounds. And that is going to be Paisas ball. So the shot clock is off. Game clock at 21.8. So Paisas will hold for the final shot of this quarter. Lease walking it up. Santiago has Lease. Lease setting him up for the drive. Steps back for 3. No good. Rebounded by Rosario. And Crawford at the buzzer. Drains the three-pointer after the offensive rebound. Yeah, he definitely got it off. No question about it. And the lead is 8 for Paisas as they head to the fourth quarter up on Toros del Valle. A berth in the quarterfinals at stake here in Medellin. Teams dead even in that third quarter at 24 apiece. Paisas 24 of 57 overall, 42%, 8 of 23 from the arc, 34.8, 20 of 26 from the free throw line, 76.9%. For Toros del Valle, 20 of 44 overall for 45%. Amazing that Paisas have taken 13 more shots. Toros 6 of 14 from the three-point range for 42.9%. Toros del Valle 22 of 34 from the free throw line. They have now shot 8 more free throws than Paisas. Remember in that first quarter, Paisas had something like 10 or 12 more free throws than Toros through that first half. Paisas dominating the glass 40-25, including 16-6 on the offensive glass. 7 turnovers for Paisas, 5 for Toros. Eric Crawford with 19 points, 6 rebounds for Paisas. Arboleda 2 points, 4 boards. Rosario 10 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Eric Griffin 1 point, 2 rebounds. Victor Lis 17 points, 6 boards, 2 assists. Lis with 4 fouls. Eloy Vargas 6 points before being ejected. Glenn Cosi now 21 points. For Toros, Luis Almanza 7 points, 3 boards. Josimar Ayarza 15 points, 3 rebounds. Soren DeLuque 13 points, 5 rebounds. Michael Jackson 11 points. Tony Trocha 4. Benito Santiago Jr. now 13 on 3 of 9 shooting. He's got 3 rebounds. Christian Pizarro 5 points, 4 assists. So we talk about foul trouble. Justin Llerena for Paisas with 4 fouls. Eric Griffin 4, Victor Liz 4, and Eloy Vargas already disqualified as a result of the unsportsmanlike and the technical. For Toros, no one with more than 3 fouls. And Luis Almanza ejected. Now Pizarro on the drive out to Santiago for 3. Missed. Had to hurry that one. Rebound back tap. DeLuque for 3. That missed. Ayarza soaring in for the rebound. And Toros reset the offense. Shot clock now at 5. Back outside. 3 on the way. Missed. And the rebound pulled down by Christian Arboleda. 3 guys named Christian in this game, although one of them has not played yet. Christian Solis of Toros de Valle. Now Liz on the drive, pulls up, fed it inside to Rosario. He couldn't finish, and getting it back is Arboleda. And that foul was on DeLuque. That's his 4th. And now Paisas want timeout. 76-68. Just underway here in the 4th quarter. Paisas trying to punch their ticket to the quarters. Back in a moment. Both the women's and men's AmeriCup tournaments coming up in 2025. Sure, we will see lots of these players in this tournament. In the AmeriCup, lots of national team players. There's one of them. Tony Trocha for Colombia. I think Michael Jackson. I think Josimar Ayarza for Panama. Victor Liz, Eloy Vargas for Dominican Republic. A lot of guys on the Brazilian national team, on Flamengo and Franca. Three-pointer short. Score still 76-68. That's where we left it after 3 quarters. 2 minutes into this 4th quarter, no one has scored. Kosi, a backcourt violation. We've seen 3 or 4 in the last 2 nights. I don't think I've seen 3 or 4 in the last 2 years.
They're making a comeback, Craig.
Yeah. Now DeLuque banging his way down. And I don't understand how that's not an offensive foul, honestly. And Christian Arboleda is saying the same thing.
You gotta take the offensive foul. If you brace up, see, now that reach is definitely not the defensive foul.
That's what I'm saying. But Arboleda called for the foul. That's his 4th. So they're just going to give it right back to DeLuque. And he makes the easy turn toward the bucket. And if I'm Toros, I call that play every time now. Because you've got Arboleda with 4, Urena with 4, Griffin with 4, and Vargas is out of the game. No one else can defend DeLuque in the post. But there's Eric Crawford to get the lead back to 8. Three on the way from Lees. That is good! Victor Lees now with 20 points. And Roel Pabon wants timeout. Biggest lead of the game for Paisas at 81-70. And they can maybe start to taste it. We are back in a moment live from Coliseo Ivan de Bedu. $81-70 in favor of Paisas. We talked about this early midway through the third quarter that we weren't really sure who was going to take the advantage. We talked about how Paisas have so many different weapons they can hurt you with, and they are taking advantage of that now. Eric Crawford with 19 points, Juan Rosario 12, Victor Lees 20, and Glenn Cosi 21. For Toros, Josimar Ayarza 15 points, Soren DeLuque 15, Benito Santiago 13, and Michael Jackson has 11. Now Pizarro, he's going to have to come alive. DeLuque from underneath. Soren DeLuque now 17 points. Here comes Lees working on Santiago. Good defense by Santiago. But Griffin is there. Now Ayarza, and that foul is going to be on Rosario. First free throw by Ayarza straight through. Second one missed as Rosario pulls the rebound down. That's his 10th rebound, so he's got a double-double now with 14 points. Lees bullies his way into the lead. Now the biggest lead of the game for Paisas, a dozen. 85-73, left-hand lay-in by Christian Pizarro.
You had me a little worried there, but I'm good with the result.
Pizarro now with 7. Kosi high off the glass, didn't get it to go. Looked for a foul, didn't get it. Now Santiago, a little delay into the lane. Right hand finger roll. Pretty move by Benito Santiago Jr. And he's got 15 now.
Oh!
Oh my! How about that? Eric Griffin soaring in from the right side and throwing it down. Just his first field goal of the game, but what a dunk that was.
Yeah, I saw him catch and take off. I said, wait a minute. Who's under the basket? Watch out.
Poster time. Jackson hits the first free throw after the foul on Victor Lees. And that ends the night of Victor Lees. So Lees finishes with 22 points. So the biggest gun for Paisas has been silenced. They will have to go the rest of the way without their leading scorer. Griffin spinning, hanging, throws it away. Now Pizarro for three. Splash! Oh. Christian Pizarro! And the lead is down to 5. 87-82. Kosi. Over to Griffin for three. Missed.
I think you've got to get Crawford some touches
get it
here.
Back. Yeah. And a foul on the drive by Kosi. That foul was on Pizarro. So Justin Llerena into the game now for Paisas. He's got 4 fouls. Just need to get him a little bit of time. Salcedo sits down. Kosi hits the first free throw. I think Salcedo being in there. He came in when Lees came out. I think Seoane just had to make a quick adjustment. So on the floor for Paisas, it's Kosi, Griffin, Rosario, Llerena, and Crawford. Lees has fouled out. Eloy Vargas ejected in the second quarter. Kosi. Shot clock at 5. Kosi to Griffin. Has it stolen away by Jackson. Jackson gets it to Pizarro for 3. Just missed. They had a 3-on-2. The defense got back for Paisas. Forced the pass out by Jackson. Pizarro retreated to beyond the 3-point line and then missed. Rosario on the offensive rebound, the putback, and the foul. I believe the foul was on DeLuque. We'll check that. It was. And so for DeLuque, that's his 5th foul. So now the top scorer in the game for both teams is out. Lise, no longer the leading scorer. Cozy has 23, but at the time, Lise had 22. He fouled out, and now Soren DeLuque with 17 points for Toros has fouled out. Second free throw good for Rosario, and the lead back to 9. A little 4-point run here for Paisas to give them a little more breathing room. Pizarro misses the 3. Rosario couldn't track down the rebound. That should be Toros' ball. Ayarza, the long 3-pointer, missed. And is it quite time for the Andrew Hunt math yet?
I'm always mathing, Craig.
Getting close. 2.5 minutes to play. Toros trail by 9. I actually did some of that math in your absence last night. There you see.
Did it all add up?
Salazar on the call. It did. Worked out perfectly.
Nice. I'm proud of you, Craig. Oh, man.
I'll pass you a tissue.
Must be.
Griffin lifts the leg
I
up
don't know
there.
if I saw a foul there. No.
Yeah.
Griffin really had
And
a
now
leg up on the
Cozy.
competition.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna do some penance for that one. Cozy sells that foul call. Not saying there wasn't contact, but so the foul on Ayarza. Previous foul was on Pizarro. That was the 5th foul on Christian Pizarro. So his night is done. So let's check the fouls again. Arboleda with 4 for Paisas. Llerena with 4 for Paisas. Griffin with 4. Lise has fouled out. Vargas was ejected. First free throw in for Cozy. He's got 24. For Toros, DeLuque has fouled out. And now Pizarro has fouled out. Nobody else with more than 3. Second free throw for Cozy, and he's got 25. 9 of 9 from the free throw line, 6 of 17 from the floor. And that foul on Rosario, that will be his 2nd. You saw the reaction of Daniel Seoane there. Don't want to commit fouls, certainly of the non-shooting variety, when you have a 10-point lead and 2 minutes to play.
Yeah, without getting too far into the numbers here, if you lose time and don't really score, you've got a better shot of winning in their position right now than if we're stopping the clock and giving them chances to shoot free throws. So
2 minutes to play. The lead is 9. It was 11 prior to those 2 free throws. Both teams well into the penalty. Now Griffin the drive. Gave it up to Rosario on the cut, and a foul called. A nice set piece there as Griffin drove, waited for the defense to come over, waited for Rosario to cut. I believe that foul was on Michael Jackson. Beg your pardon, Tony Trocha. That was his third. Back to 10. Jackson lost the handle, got it into the corner, 3 on the way. That is good. Josimar Ayarza came into this one shooting 21% from 3-point range. That's his third one tonight. He's got 19 points now. And the lead is down to 7. Shot clock at 7. Kosi. And a whistle. And Samuel Mojica called for the foul, and no doubt he got teed up, and he is not letting it go. He may have gotten stuck twice and ejected from this game. We've seen Mojica get a technical in this tournament before. I mean, no question there was contact there. Down 7 with a minute to play. How do you do that to your team and lose control? Get stuck with the tee. So it's going to be 3 free throws, 1 for the personal, or 2 for the personal, 1 for the technical. The only question was, did they stick him again? Because he was not letting it go. Yep, he's gone. Trailing by 7 with a minute 10 to play. How do you get 2 technical fouls?
Well, Craig, you yell at them. The refs, that is. They'll tee up. Then you keep yelling. No.
I mean, you've got to have better control than that. He's 25 years old. I mean, you've got to have more self-control than that. I understand you're upset about the foul. Say your piece and move on. I think Paisas will actually have 5 free throws. Because according to the play-by-play sheet, the second technical, I don't know if that means it was a second free throw awarded or 2 free throws awarded. So we'll see. Anyway, this should put the nail in the coffin for Toros. Kosi hits the first.
I don't know if any math will be needed after this amount of free throws.
Kosi now 11 of 11 from the free throw line. This is just like open gym. So he's got He took the 3 for the technicals, and now he's got 2 coming for the personals. Or the personal, rather.
Michael Jackson was like, wait, how many free throws is that?
So here's number 4. So we should have 1 more coming, and everybody should line up for this one. Unless... Yikes. And there you see Samuel Mojica watching from the tunnel as Kosi hits all 5 free throws and Paisas get the ball back.
Almanza's over there with him. Did you see him there in the lower left?
I did not see Almanza, no. So Kosi, the step back 3, missed. And if I'm Raul Pabon, I'm telling Samuel Mojica to find your own way home back to Cali. Santiago, his shooting woes continue. Boy, Benito Santiago Jr. was headed for possibly the All-Star 5. But his last 2 nights, I think, have, along with the loss, have shut him out of that possibility. And Toros del Valle will surrender. 101-87. Paisas in front of the home fans here at Coliseo Iván de Bedú in Medellín will advance to the quarterfinals. They were dead in the water after their first 2 games. Did not look like they were going to be able to do anything, and then all of a sudden Daniel Seoane brings on Victor Liz, Eric Griffin, and Juan Rosario, and this team suddenly becomes dangerous. Paisas punch their ticket to the quarters. Paisas outscored Toros in that 4th quarter, 25-19 to close it out. Glenn Kosi. I want to see what his 4th quarter shot chart was. Showing he was 0 for 3 in the 4th. But he had 3 3-pointers in the 3rd and a whole passel of free throws. So let's look at the numbers for Paisas. 30 of 72 overall, 9 of 27 from 3-point range, 32 of 39 from the free throw line. Toros del Valle, their BCL Americas season comes to an end. Shooting 26 of 60 for 43%, 8 of 23 from 3-point range. They actually shot better in both capacities than Paisas. Paisas just put up a whole bunch more shots. And from the free throw line, 27 of 40. Paisas absolutely dominating on the glass, 52-33, including 22-11 on the offensive glass. 7 turnovers for Toros, 11 for Paisas. Eric Crawford finished the game with 21. He had 8 rebounds as well. Christian Arboleda, 2 points, 7 boards. Justin Llarena, 2 points. Juan Rosario, 17 points, 12 rebounds. Eric Griffin, 3 points, 2 rebounds, and a monstrous dunk in the 4th quarter. Victor Liz, 22 points, 6 rebounds before fouling out. Eloy Vargas, 6 points, 6 rebounds before being ejected in the 2nd quarter. Glenn Kosi, how about this? Finished with 30 points, 14 of 14 from the free throw line. He had 3 rebounds and 4 assists. For Toros de Valle, Luis Almanza, 7 points, 3 rebounds before being ejected, along with Eloy Vargas in the second quarter. Josimar Ayarza, 19 points, 4 boards. Soren De Luque, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists before he fouled out. Samuel Mojica, no points, 1 rebound, 6 fouls. Michael Jackson, 15 points, 3 rebounds. Tony Trocha, 4 points, 6 boards. Benito Santiago Jr. gutted out 15 points on 4 of 12 shooting. He also had 4 rebounds. And Christian Pizarro, 10 points before fouling out. So Paisas of Medellin advancing to the quarterfinals next month. Earlier on tonight, it was Franca over Instituto, 83-68. One game coming up tomorrow. We are back to Group C. Minas and Quimsa. Live from Belo Horizonte in Brazil, 7:10 p.m. local time, 5:10 Eastern in the U.S. For my partner, Andrew Hunt, my name is Craig Feda. Again, the final score, Paisas 101, Toros de Valle 87. Thanks for watching, everybody, and so long for now.